at the George R. Brown Convention Center in downtown Houston, Texas, at the NRA's 142nd Annual Meetings. And with me is Charles Dillon from San Antonio.
Thank you.
Pleasure to have you here, Charles.
Good to be here.
Charles, you brought a Walker Colt. This is the crown jewel of all Colt collectors in the handgun field. Just a little bit of background on this most important piece of Texas heritage is that Sam Walker was from Maryland. He met Samuel Colt when he was in Florida fighting the Seminole War in 1838. Colt had brought down to Florida some of his Patterson revolvers and carbines. Walker got to meet Colt. He took a couple Patterson revolvers with him to Texas, where he became a Texas Ranger. In 1847, during the Mexican-American War, Walker wrote to Colt saying that he wanted to purchase 1,000 of his revolvers, but he asked Colt to make some changes to the original Pattersons. He wanted a different front sight, a blade sight, instead of a little bead sight. He wanted the loading lever to actually be attached to the gun and not something that was separate. He wanted the gun in .44 caliber, not the little punny 31 or 36. And he wanted a big, beefy frame for the gun with a solid trigger guard. The old Patterson had a fall-down spur trigger. You know, the real neat hook in this story is when Walker wrote to Colt ordering these guns, Colt was bankrupt.
Yeah.
The factory was closed.
Yeah.
He wasn't making revolvers, but he's told Walker, I'd be happy to get them for you. The original guns were blued, case-hardened frame, and the cylinders were in the white. And they were marked A company, B company, C company, and then number 1 through 120 or 220, depending on how many men were in that company. What did you pay for it to start with?
Well, for some reason, I didn't want my wife to know I bought it. So I told her one price, but I paid another price.
Can you share that with us?
I think I gave $600 for it.
I've got a few questions about its authenticity personally. We look under here, this says A company, and it just says A company and has the number, and it's also numbered here, but it should also be numbered here and here. I hesitate to say that it might be 100% authentic. Here's the deal on Walker Colts. Because they are considered one of the crown jewels of Colt firearms collectability, a Colt Walker in this condition could easily sell, what do you think?
I have no idea.
$100,000.
And I've got to do it.
Well, we don't know that for sure, but it's just one man's considered opinion. If it is a forgery, it's a handmade forgery, and it's 90% there. And I think that that alone means the gun's probably worth at least $2,000. But that's just one man's opinion. This is a very rare collectible, and should, like a good doctor's advice, you need a second opinion.